particularly wants them to, but you work out something. And sometimes you have to pay a little bit more money maybe than you normally would, but it's a negotiation with Mr. George. But I think the bottom line here, and correct me, Council, if I'm wrong, for all these years we've used that pond, and we need that pond. It was a perfect place for our storm drainage water to go. So it would certainly be easier to use that pond, and even if we paid a little bit more money for it, than to go out there somewhere and buy a piece of property and put in another retention pond and pay a lot more money probably for that. So you can argue both ways, there's no doubt about it, but we think we did the right thing given the circumstances of that pond and our situation with water going down Whiskey Road and getting complaints all these years. And so, that's my position on it from what I know about it at the time when we did what we did. Now, certainly, again, you can argue one way or the other, but we dealt to what we thought was in good faith over something that we needed for our city, and that's what we did.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I would, with all due respect, I'd quibble on the use of the word negotiation. I still maintain that when we have a price of $15,000, which may or may not have been corrected, and we paid $321,000, I think I made clear, I didn't feel we were acting in the best interest of our citizens. I simply asked for another appraisal, and the council seemed very well set on pressing on. So I do not consider that was much of a negotiation.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine.
We'll let it go there. It's over and done with, and I just felt I had to point that out.
Right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I don't think a $15,000 would be anywhere near a true anybody paying, taking that much for that. I don't know where that $15,000 came from. Even Mr. George, I think, made a comment about that not being a legitimate.
Well, he did, but that was the number that was in our packet.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. All right.
Mr. Mayor, I just have one question relating to the last statement that was just made by Mr. Buckman. And it has to do with us allowing Cracker Barrel to come in without being annexed. And I'm wanting to ask them if that's a concern of theirs, if that's yes.
We would much prefer to be in the city versus the county.
All right.
Given the level of service we would receive from the city.
All right. It kind of sounds like we're making you do that, but
Can I say one thing? At the last meeting, he was asked that same question, and he said, "We don't care if we're in the city or the county." He said it doesn't make any difference to us.
Okay.
But they're being forced to come into the city just to get the city water and sewer.
If we're going to make comments, and that's fine. We want comments. Please come to the mic so that we can get all of this on the record.
Joe James with Cracker Barrel. To answer your question, man, we much prefer to be in the city versus the county due to the level of service the city provides.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Ma'am, did you have a comment you wanted to make?
Not
Different than
anymore.
what was said?
Not anymore.
Not
I've already
anymore?
said it.
Okay. Thank you.
It's on the record.
Mr. Mayor, then those comments are not part of the record. You can say them into the microphone, so those wouldn't be recorded correctly.
Well, I'll do it. I'll go up there and say it, if you leave.
Okay, do you need to come up, please?
When we had the planning commission's meeting, we asked the same question. Why did the Cracker Barrel want to be into the city? And the planning asked him to stand up and say why, and he said, either way, it doesn't matter to us, in or out.
Well, maybe they've changed their minds. Sure, come on. People can do that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, if they're forced to.
Byron Moore, the engineer. I was the one that made the statement from one way or the other. From a business standpoint, Crackaville does.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, if there are no other comments, we need a motion in a second.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
I'll second, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
What is the motion?
Move to approve the annexation as presented.
There was no amendment, so it would be as stated by Mr. Ledoux there on the agenda.
Right, absolutely. So we've got a motion in a second. Are there any comments?
I will vote to move it to the second reading, but I still have traffic concerns that might change that vote.
Okay, all right. Show of hands, please, all in favor. Passes unanimously on first reading. Okay. Under petitions, we have two. First is a request for the Aiken Center for the Arts.